89 on up, homies, the show where you gon' get Cali history. It's told with respect and dignity. Spoken by jihad so vividly. He's taking over the industry, giving y'all some download imagery. Damn you, if you ain't hitting them likes, come on, subscribe. Check out the channel and I bet it will make you decide to tune in every chance you get. It's lit, and some of y'all can learn a bit from this gangster shit.
YouTube, what it do, loved ones? You know the motto, if you can, after the story, go over there, hit us with a like, which is a thumbs up, and that'll let us know we kicking our stuff. I want to thank the homeboy G. Lee Deuce for the intro from the legendary Mental historical hip-hop album, Banging on Wax. You can reach him on Instagram at Solid From Day One. What it do, loved ones? Welcome to another episode of 89 on Up with On the Edge with BJ, APB. And tonight we got a historical classic one for you tonight. So I'm going to pass it off to BJ and he going to take the floor. BJ, you live and on recording, loved one.
All the time. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. You know, as always, I always want to start off by saying, bless everybody that's here today to listen to this story. This story involves one of my true brothers from another mother. He just recently passed away, and I felt the only way I could be at the funeral was to tell our story of our time together. This is my homie DoK from Villagetown, Peru. Original Ujima Village boy. I first met my boy DoK back in the early 80s. You know, DoK was about 6 feet tall, light skinned and good curly hair. We often used to call him half-breed because he looked at half white because of his hair. DoK was a hell of a homie. You know, if it wasn't for DoK, I would have never got the hustling bug. In all the years I've known DoK became my brother because he was a part of the crew that we had put together. That crew was me, DoK, Throw Me Two, the homie Bam from Villagetown, the homie Cookie Roo from Villagetown, Lil Harry from Villagetown, my homie Porky Roo from Villagetown, my boy Green House from Villagetown, my boy Big Poop Dog from Villagetown. DoK was, in his own way, a leader. Because out of everybody, him and Cookie Roo was the one that invited us in the money, along with the homie Angelo. Angelo took me under his wing and became our leader in 1991. In 91, we was all fresh out of Y, juvenile halls and camps, prison. And Angelo had put us together and decided we was going to get some money for a change in our life instead of just being degenerates. Well, Angelo, I want to say thank you, bro, because you did a fine thing by putting us all together. Because not only did you put a crew together, you also taught us how to survive. With DoK money-making skills and Cookie Roo making money-making skills, all of us became successful. By 93, we all had cars. DoK, man, is the homie. When I told the story of the legends, going to the forum, DoK was the homie that I was in the car with that night. He was the homie that took me to the forum, and he was the homie that was there when I got out with Yogi from Legend. And I just want to say, DoK was a true soldier. DoK never ran out of nothing that we did. Anytime we needed DoK, he was always there. What's so hurtful about this story is DoK also introduced me to Mike Lope from Elm Street. Mike Lope had became a brother to DoK, and DoK introduced him to us, and he became a part of our crew. He became our brother as well. DoK, man, had a green Camaro. I don't know what year it was. I'm going to say it was like a 72 or 74. It was one of the little Camaros. But Doc used to take us everywhere in that Camaro. Doc didn't like riding the freeway. He always liked to take the streets. The reason he liked to take the streets was because Doc liked to get his stripes by going in other people's neighborhood fucking with him. Doc was the reason I ended up getting into it with Yogi. Because Doc was the one that pulled up on him and actually hit Yogi up and got to fucking with Yogi, which led to me and Yogi fighting. My boy Doc, man, a lot of people didn't like Doc because he spoke his mind. Doc wasn't the best of fighters, but one thing about Doc, he spoke his mind, and he'd get out there and squabble with anybody. And if he lost, he didn't take it personal. He'd come back the next day and we'd be drinking and go about our business. Me and Doc can have several falling outs, but he was always at my house the next day. We never took it personal. That was just a part of our lifestyle.
No.
Doc also was the reason I met my sister. And the reason I met my sister was because Doc was the one that brought her to us and introduced us. Ever since then, all of us, if you've seen one, you've seen us all. My boy Bam, Village Town, was the first one to leave us. He was the first one to experience what it's like to go to heaven. From there on, Tookie Roo left us. Now we Lowe's and Doc. I don't know much to say right now because of my feelings, and I have tears in my eyes as I tell this story. But Doc also grew up on 120th between Avalon and Central. Doc was known for walking home. Just so people know, Doc was the glue between us and the kitchen crips. Because by Doc knowing all of them, Doc kept them from shooting at us, and that kept us from shooting at them, which is the reason why a lot of the kitchen and a lot of us were still alive. Doc had no problem getting our entourage together, and we would walk through Kitchen Hood to his house. And every time we walked through there, there was never no disrespect to the kitchens because we never walked through there starting stuff. We just walked through there, and the ones we knew, we greeted them, went on about our business. Went over to Doc's house and kicked it, and every time we left, we respected them the same way. We never shot at them or nothing. And they always respected us when they saw us coming. Sometimes we had little clashes where one or two might want to fight a homie or something. That was natural instincts. But at the same time, what people didn't know was a lot of us was related to them dudes. This is the reason why I never tell the stories about talking about the 11-8s, because a lot of us grew up related to the 11-8s over the years. Some of us were blood related as children. Some of us became related through marriage and them having kids by our older homies and home girls. Doc, man, I remember the first time ever going to a concert. Doc was the one that took me. Doc always liked us to experience things together as our first time. A lot of women liked the Doc too. Doc always had his way with the women. He was like I said, he was a pretty boy, but he was a gangster at the same time. At the same time, he had a brain on his head. He wasn't just big-headed. I remember a time when Doc started selling dope in Compton at this spot called the Patio. I remember he had got into it with a few homies from Lime Hood, a few other homies over there selling dope. Doc had came and got us. And when we went over there, I had got my brother involved because my brother was from Lime Hood. So I got my brother involved to squash the beef that was going on. Doc got out there, fought every person that tried to rob him, and took his lumps and his bruises as a man. I respected Doc for that, because a lot of times when people be running these streets, a lot of people won't fight, they quick to use a gun. But Doc was like, them my homies, and they didn't know I was a homie, so therefore they don't deserve to be shot, they deserve a fade. Doc got out there and took them fades as a man. Like I said, that made me really respect Doc, because we were so busy clowning all the time, I always used to talk shit to Doc and figure we'd wake up and see each other the next day. This time, Doc didn't wake up for us to say we sorry to each other. This time, Doc went on to heaven, and now he's going to be one of the ones at the gate making sure we get into heaven. Everything Doc did, I can say, was for Ujima Village. Doc was one of the homies that made sure Ujima Village, you knew about him after you met Doc. Doc went anywhere he wanted to go, and wherever he went, he always made sure that you respected Village Town. No matter what you thought about the Village Town, he was one of the guys that he made sure you respected a YG from that era before coming out to Village Town. Doc was a few years older than the rest of us in the crew, but yet he hung with us youngsters and guided us, and he acted like a kid as well. When it was time to act like a grown man, he acted like a grown man. Doc taught me so much that I don't know how much gratitude to say. But if I could give him a trophy, but every time he taught me something, trust me, he have a room full of trophies. Doc was not only a motivator in the streets, but he also congratulated you every time you done something good. Whenever you done something with Doc, whether it was stood by his side fighting or sold dope with him, Doc made sure everybody knew that you was worthy of hanging with. Mostly every day you always saw, no matter what, you always saw me, Doc, too, and Tookie Roo together, if anything. Often other time, it would be the whole crew. It would be Poop Dog, it would be Porky Roo, it would be Green Eyes, it would be all of us together, chilling. When you messed with one of us, you messed with all of us. Every last person in that crew had no problem fighting. That's how we learned how to fight. We often got so bored in our lifestyle that we often fought each other just because there was nothing to do. The last time I seen Doc, we had a disagreement over a little thing that happened in the county jail. I talked to Doc bad. Doc told me, he said, man, don't worry about it. He said, when we see each other again, we just going to get down and we're going to do like we've been doing, continue doing what we've been doing. He said, but one thing you're not going to do is disrespect me. I never got to tell Doc I respected that, man. But I'm going to say it over this wire. Doc always respected you, homie. I always did. That's why I kept messing with you. I talked to my shit because that was me. I liked it talking shit. But no matter what, homie, I love you, homie. Thank you for your contribution to this game, homie. Thank you for loving us the way you did and loving the game. May you rest in peace, homie. My boy Sean, a.k.a. Doc Low, Eastside Village Town, Brompton, Paru. Be easy, bro. I'll see you in paradise when I get there, homie. The rest of the Village Town, y'all already know what's up. I love all of y'all, the homegirls included. Shout out to everybody from Village Town, Paru. This was a great loss to all of us. But at least he went to heaven in style. Y'all be there for him. Rest in peace, my boy Butter as well. I love y'all. This is BJ from Nancy Sport. 89 on up, homie. Peace and I'm out.
Damn you, if you ain't hitting them likes, come on, subscribe. Check out the channel and I bet that will make you decide to tune in every chance you get. It's lit, and some of y'all can learn a bit from this gangster shit.
YouTube, what it do, loved ones? You know the motto, if you can, after the story's over there, hit us with a like, which is a thumbs up, and that'll let us know we kicking our stuff. I want to thank the homeboy G. Lee Deuce for the intro from the legendary monumental historical hip-hop album Banging on Wax. You can reach him on Instagram at Solid from Day One.